Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and I'm not going to pretend that I've been here consistently for the past few months. I know I took a little of a hiatus. I've been in college, I'm back home in my home, my room, with my bookshelves, and I'm super excited to continue booktube for the summer at least. I'll try doing it throughout the years. It's really awkward, but next year I do have my own room in the dorms, so I would potentially be able to film videos all the time for you guys. But yeah, I'm super excited to be back and to be filming because this summer is gearing up for the fall season, which we all know is like the biggest book season of releases and everything of the year. So we're just gonna hop right into it. I like doing these kinds of videos to show you books that I'm excited for, but also to thank a lot of the publishers and authors that decided to send me stuff. And sometimes I don't know about a book until a publisher sends me it, and then I read a little about it, get really excited for it. So yeah, this is just to share some of the books that I received that really caught my attention, hopefully gearing up your TBR for the fall season. So let's get started. And this video is going to be really casual. It's just going to be me talking about some of the books I'm excited for. So yeah, hope you enjoy. So the first book that we have is There Will Come a Darkness by Katy Rose Poole, and this one I actually just received yesterday. I went to a Book Expo Fear Series event where Katy Rose Poole was one of the main keynote speakers, authors, and yeah, I totally never knew about this book. I wouldn't have even received it if I wasn't invited to the event, but this book comes out in September of 2019, so this fall, and from what I've heard about this, she didn't really go into too much depth about it, and the synopsis itself is pretty vague. It's kind of like a Six of Crows synopsis where it doesn't really tell you, but it tells you like the characters a little bit. So this does follow 5 strangers through some type of like journey. But the thing that caught me most about this was when Katy Rose Poole was talking about her book, she said that this book starts with the end of the world, and she started talking about like her obsession with the end of the world and why she decided to write a story based around that. So this looks awesome. I know there's a little bit of magic in it since it talks about prophets and all that. But that's pretty much all I know about this book. It's pitched as Children of Blood and Bone plus a little bit of An Ember in the Ashes. So those two great books. Definitely want to read this. Apparently there's some like, I think was it ancient Greece, I think it was. I'm not sure what they said, but the publicists were talking about this book, and there are a lot of Easter eggs, and it's just a really fun adventure, and it seems to be like a really long book, so I know it's going to be filled with a lot of plot and a lot of character development and a lot of world building, so I'm super excited for this one. So yeah, this one's a fall release. So my next book I have here is Into the Crooked Place by Alexandra Christo. Guys, we have a new duology from Ali Christo, who, if you didn't know, wrote To Kill a Kingdom, which was one of my favorite books of last year, which was one of my favorite books of all time. It's like a Little Mermaid retelling, but not really, because it's very reminiscent of The Little Mermaid, but it takes on a whole new spin, and she's so good at making it darker and evil. It's just, I've talked a lot about it on my channel, and I do have a review, which I'll link down below, but Into the Crooked Place is her new duology. The To Kill a Kingdom was a standalone, so that's over, and I'm not getting any more of that juicy story. But Into the Crooked Place is a duology from her. It's very reminiscent of Six of Crows, A Darker Shade of Magic, if you like that. What else did I describe it as? Like kind of like the Bone season. It follows these 4, not strangers, but they're like crooks. And they all have their little descriptions in the synopsis, which kind of makes it very reminiscent of Six of Crows, and they all embark on this journey to defeat this dark underlord who is like trying to use magic improperly. So the magic system kind of reminded me of Darker Shade of Magic, where like some cities don't have magic and some do, and some are more powerful, so that reminded me of that. And it definitely reminds me of Six of Crows. Like this book is like Six of Crows, like a reincarnation of Six of Crows, which is awesome because we all miss the Six of Crows world, and it's really awesome that we get to read books like that are reminiscent of it and just are fun. And I'm halfway through this one. I love Ali Christo's writing. She has such a dark spin to her writing, but she also writes the most amazing characters like ever. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this one, and look at this cover, it's beautiful, and I'm really excited that this is a duology, a new duology from her, and this one comes out in October of 2019. So the next book I have is Wicked Fox by Kat Cho. This was sent to me by Penguin Teen. Also, I forgot to mention, Into the Crooked Place was sent to me also by the publisher. So this was sent to me, and I was asked if I wanted to do a blog tour for this. I think mainly because there's Asian rep, and I really love pushing books with Asian rep just because there is a scarcity of them in in YA, especially YA fantasy. So this one is a YA fantasy. It's supposed to be a fresh and addictive fantasy romance taking place in Seoul. So that's awesome. So if I'm correct, I'm reading from the synopsis, but the main character, Rin, is a gumiho, I think that's how you say it, which is a nine-tailed fox, and she has to consume the energy of men in order to survive, which is awesome. But yeah, so she meets this guy, Ji-hoon, I think that's his name. Yeah, Ji-hoon, and he is being attacked and she is like desperate to save him, so she does save him, but in the process loses her abilities of the gumiho because she's supposed to consume the energy of men, but she saves him instead. And basically she's given a chance to get her powers back, but now she has to grapple between her immortal life and being with this guy and, you know, starting a romance with him, because obviously that's what happens. But yeah, I'm super excited for this one. I love the cover. It kind of reminds me of like anime or like manga, so I'm really excited for that. And just, I've never read books. I've watched a lot of movies and like read a lot of things about like the Legend of the Nine-Tailed Fox, but I've never read anything, which is awesome. And I don't know if Kat Cho, I haven't read anything from her in the past, so I just love trying out new authors because that's how you find out about your taste and find out if you like to read new things. So yeah, super excited for this one. You should put this on your TBR because this one's not coming out till, oh, it's coming out in June. So next month, or now I'm filming this in June, it's out probably. So yeah, I hope this is on your TBR because I'm definitely repurchasing this in a final copy. Okay, so the next book that I have here, I actually don't have a copy of, unfortunately. So it's called The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. Emily Lloyd Jones is one of, I remember when her first debut novel came out, The Hearts We Sold, and I absolutely loved that. It's mainly about a girl who kind of sells her soul to like the devil in order to, because she has a very bad family life and she wants to get away from that, and she's like, anything is better than this, and she sells her soul basically to like, I think, a demon, and that just is the whole consequence of that. And if she like she's living with her consequence of doing that. So The Bone Houses is Emily Lloyd Jones' new novel. I'm so excited for this. I just can't, and I don't have a copy of it and I'm dying. But I'll definitely get it when it comes out because I did purchase The Hearts We Sold as a final copy, even though I read the ARC, because you gotta support your authors like that. But yeah, basically I'm reading from Goodreads because I don't really have a synopsis of it in my head, but basically the main character and her siblings are grave diggers, but the dead keep coming back to life we're in the cemetery, I guess, that they're at, in this town that they're in, this creepy town, because it's like cursed. So when Ellis, a mysterious man, comes into town, the bone houses attack, and the bone houses are basically like the dead that keep coming back to life. And Rin, our main character, wonders why they're so drawn to him. So together they have to defeat evil, figure out how to end the curse of the dead that keep coming back to life. It sounds really awesome. I think there's a common theme here with Emily Lloyd Jones' novels. It's talking about death, talking about very emotional things. She's so good at writing creepy stories, but also putting a lot of emotional depth into her stories, which that's why The Hearts We Sold was like one of my favorite books of all time. It was my favorite book of the year it came out, I believe. Yeah, she writes really great atmospheric, creepy stories. The fact that this one takes place in like a cemetery landscape because the main character is a gravedigger, I just think is super creepy and awesome. I definitely don't want to read this book until probably the fall time because I just think the summer is, I'm not in the mood for like creepy stuff, but I'm dying to read this book just because of the author. So yeah, I don't know when it comes out, but I will leave it on the screen right next to me. Okay, so the next book that I have here is Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Choi. I received this at a bloggers event and I'm super excited. If you guys didn't know, Mary H.K. Choi is the author of Emergency Contact, which I really enjoyed. I had a little problems with it, but I did enjoy it for what it was. It was a really great story. It was very mature, just very different from what I read a lot in YA contemporary stories. So this one is another contemporary. I think this is just the book that like I didn't know I needed, but I absolutely need. So I read the synopsis and I immediately thought, so it takes place in New York City, which is awesome. But basically we follow two main characters. So the first one is a guy and his name is Pablo. He's an NYU dropout. He doesn't really know what he wants to do in college and he's grappling with student loans and he just finished his first year. And then we have Pop, Oh, no, sorry, Leanna. Sorry, it says Pop Juggernaut, that's not her name. Leanna, who basically is like a social media influencer, a global star. She's like famous, like people take selfies with her on the street. And basically it's about the meeting of these two characters at 4 a.m. in the morning in a sunstorm in Brooklyn. I mean, in a snowstorm in Brooklyn, and that is just everything that I ever knew I wanted, because it's, oh my god, it's like a meet cute, but like with like, oh, it's so cute. It just reminds me of everything that I want in like a funny, witty contemporary, because Mary H.K. Choi is really great at that, writing funny characters and witty dialogue. And it says here that, oh sorry, it wasn't 4 a.m., it's 5 a.m. But yeah, I'm super excited about this. As you can tell, I'm definitely going to repurchase this in a final copy when it's out, because the cover looks super beautiful. It looks very pop arty, which I love. But yeah, I'm super excited about this. Alright guys, those are all the books that I'm super excited for in the fall. Oh, I forgot to mention that Permanent Record comes out in September of 2019. But yeah, I just wanted to show you some of those that I received from publishers that have been on my radar, and some that haven't been on my radar that got on my radar because the publisher sent me it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm super excited to be back home for the summer, to be filming again for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!